Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be speaking about a variety of different things, talking about, just the global economy as it is now, the tariffs, the potential trade war we're about to go through, ETH versus Sol pairs, and a bit about the abstract blockchain. So we're in for a little bit of a treat today. I just want to talk about how some of these factors could be influencing the market right now, and we are also going to be comparing things to the previous cycle and what I saw last time, and are things truly different this time. So we're going to be going through a lot here. Last crypto cycle, what I could say from my experience, guys, is it was a lot different in the aspect that it was pure euphoria based. People were just hopping into everything and anything, and it seemingly felt like a long time of just going up and up and up. And I think things have just changed since then, right? I don't think it's as kind of euphoria based and all these people just scrambling to buy things. I think it still has potential to happen. Don't get me wrong at all. I still believe that can be one of the cases. But guys, I just think things have kind of pivoted towards that. People are getting smarter with the trading and everything like that. A lot of these altcoins are down 80, 90 or more percent if you're very unlucky. And that's just how this cycle has panned out. So what I want to talk about is Bitcoin this time. Bitcoin has acted a fair bit differently. We know in the past cycles, Bitcoin has had these multiple 20 to 30% retracements on the way up. And that's kind of typical of Bitcoin. There's nothing to get concerned about when that happens, and the market also comes down with it. However, this time we've only really seen this one big drop from, I believe it was a high of about 110,000. And we have seen it drop down to about 85,000 now. It got as low as about 76, I believe. Maybe even a little bit lower than that. So Bitcoin has been holding extremely well. I know it's hard to think that if you did buy it over 100,000, you thought it was going to 200,000-300,000. But I still think the long-term prospects of Bitcoin are holding up really well. Like if we're looking at the chart here on TradingView, you do see Bitcoin just holding up really well. It's holding that bullish momentum really strongly, and I think it's going to break out sometime soon. Bitcoin is something I've been keeping an eye on, a close eye on. There hasn't been much price action to go along with it. Like it's just been chopping and going from around $80,000. But, during this consolidation phase here, I think it's only a matter of time before some big news breaks it upwards or some big news breaks it downwards. I mean, if there's some more FUD with the China tariffs and everything like that to do with Trump, and Trump doesn't back down, we know China probably won't back down. There might be a really aggressive trade war, and I could really see some very bearish price action, like dropping towards this kind of 54,000 region, getting down to these kind of lows here where we did find some support. I can definitely see a world where that happens. Now, if things kind of settle down and we do reach a bit of a somewhat agreement and people are confident with the markets again, I do see this scenario where Bitcoin breaks out to all-time highs. And it might happen super quickly, super euphorically. People will be like, it's on, it's on. All these institutions will be hopping on board again like they have been all cycle. That's kind of what's kept it up so much. Long-term prospects for Bitcoin look absolutely amazing, to tell you the truth. Like I said, we could break down massively with some huge news. I don't think that's more likely. I think we do reach a point where things will start going up again. We have been getting smashed for a very long time now, and it's supposedly a bull market, but it might just have a few months to wait. Like we've experienced, we did expect it to pump during January, February, March, and it still hasn't happened, and it's April, so we could be in for a big time now. And that maybe it was just halted for a few months while those kind of tariffs and all the FUD was happening with all the scams and everything. So moving along from that, let's just talk about the news regarding the trade war in China. Okay, so what I think's happening is I think Donald Trump is playing a bit of a bluff here. I'm not going to lie. I'm not getting all political on you guys, but I think Trump is trying to play the bluff card, and I don't think he actually has a leg to stand on, because like we've heard about in the past, I think China holds a lot more power in terms of exporting products, and a lot of people actually rely on them. So it's going to be interesting how this turns out. In my opinion, I think it's a lot more serious than we're kind of led to believe, which makes me believe if we do get this downwards momentum, huge FUD with the markets, I think we can really crash to levels that people don't really foresee coming. And I think that can be really bad for the market. However, I don't know what Trump's going to do, guys. Like, he's very unpredictable. And that's why the markets have been so choppy, as you guys have kind of experienced so far. Last crypto cycle is one thing I want to talk about as well. Like I said before, last crypto cycle was very euphoria based. People were less experienced, so people were throwing money into anything, hoping they make money because they heard about Bitcoin in 2017. And now it was the 2021 cycle. Everyone was like, yeah, Bitcoin cycle every 4 years. Let's throw money here. Yeah, this new dog coin, Shiba Inu. Everything was going on, right? This cycle's been a lot different. A lot of people have gotten scammed nice and early and just gone, oh, this again. I got scammed last time. I've touched crypto again, got into the Trump coin, Melania coin, that Libra token, that Argentinian one that got rugged, and they're just all getting rugged, right? All you hear is people losing money in crypto scams. So it's interesting to see how that's affected retail kind of interest, because we did see most of Trump's new meme coin buys were new wallets. So it kind of implies that a lot of the people that got into that were new investors, and they've kind of just gotten burned on that, and they've probably forgotten about crypto. So we're waiting for some inflow of money to be able to have people to buy things, because there's not going to be a massive rise in the markets, guys, if there's not enough money out there for people to spend, because the cost of living at the moment is just a joke. Especially, I live in Australia, guys. It's absolutely out of control in most popular cities in Australia, and it's just people just don't have spare money anymore to spend in the markets, because that's kind of their last resort. You know, people that have spare money want to spend it on holidays, you know, I don't know, partying, you know, these things that people do for fun, holidays, whatever. Next thing I want to talk about is the Solana versus Ethereum battle that's seemingly always happening in the kind of background. Like, people are always comparing the two. One thing I want to say about Solana, guys, is the fact that Solana seems to be the blockchain of choice for people that are coming into the market all the time. You know, it's very cheap, it's very fast, it's easily accessible. People know of Solana. Easy, just download Phantom Wallet, get started today. Easy swaps through Jupiter, the aggregator, and you're on your way, right? Things get a little bit more complicated with Ethereum, and I don't think this chain is friendly to normies or newbies coming into the market, and I think that's exactly why it doesn't get the attention it deserves. We do know Ethereum is responsible for pretty much the biggest blockchain with smart contracts. It's got the most security. You know, all these things take a lot of fees to ensure, right, the security. It's one of the safest blockchains in the world. It's not centralized, so you know, there's a difference between that and Solana, which is a very centralized cryptocurrency. In saying that, I do like Solana, and I love the bullish case scenario for it, because I believe there's just so many people that want to use it. And let's be honest, guys, when it comes to crypto, a lot of people see it as I won't say gambling, but very similar to that, and there is no better chain for that than Solana. That's why all these coins always come out on Solana. Pump.fun, all these tokens always come out on Solana, especially these meme coins. So it's kind of the chain of choice for most people that are just coming into crypto. They want to have a bit of fun and make some money on meme coins. It's not the serious kind of chain. And now that kind of brings me back to my point of what is going to be the instigator for Ethereum, guys? Because we have seen that this cycle has been propelled by all these meme coins. You know, you heard about the Murad thesis with the meme coin super cycle. Yes, I'm completely aware a lot of memes are also on Ethereum, but ones that are newly created, generated, are always seemingly on Solana, because people don't want to be paying $30, $40, $50 or more fees just to execute a contract, like a smart contract execution. They do pivot towards Solana, and they go, oh, I'm not doing Ethereum, and it's easy in and out of coins, you know, easy trading. What is going to be the instigator for Ethereum? I think we do need to see a lot of institutional money come in for Ethereum. We're going to need to see, you know, BlackRock, MicroStrategy, all these kind of companies kickstart. And I know we've all heard about it. Like, we've all heard about Trump's kind of crypto fund buying Ethereum and all these Ethereum related cryptos, but it hasn't really gotten the steam this time. It's just fallen off a cliff since 4,000 USD, and it just hasn't picked up any steam whatsoever. There's no bids for it. But, you know, me being someone who Ethereum was their first cryptocurrency, I can just see it coming back because there's so many believers in this. And I really do think it has its place in the world, especially with these layer twos that actually solve a lot of these problems, at least for the short term, right? So we're going to be talking about the layer two in a second here. The one I'm going to be talking about is Abstract. We've talked about this a lot on the channel because I believe it's one of the best opportunities at the moment for people that are just getting into crypto. And I want you guys to be early to narratives, right? That's why we're talking about Abstract. It's very... I'm just going to use the word difficult. It's not actually difficult, but it's difficult to get involved with this chain at the moment and buy things. You know, you actually have to go out of your way, find out how to swap to the Abstract chain and buy these projects at the moment. They've got live streams here as well. People are trying to become the biggest live streamers on Abstract. So you've got all these apps as well. It's kind of like a whole central hub. It's very interesting. They're aiming to make Ethereum easily accessible, cheaper, and more scalable for people that are just coming into the markets as normies, right? Like I said in my previous video, I believe they're just trying to make Ethereum more like Solana, but with the added benefits of the Ethereum blockchain, obviously. You guys can look at this in your own time. You can look at how to bridge to Abstract and everything like that. What I want to talk about is this opportunity here that a lot of people are talking about in my Telegram group. You can join that for free if you want. It's in the description down below. Abster for me is simply just a new opportunity on a layer 2 similar to that of Brett. We'll just talk about Brett for a second here. Now, if you aren't familiar with Brett, you might see the market cap here and think 367 million is absolutely enormous, and you'd be right about that. However, there was a market cap of over 1 billion, I believe. Yep. I think it was even a fair bit higher on, like, if you look at Trading View, it shows all the wicks and everything. So if we have this same thesis here, we do know, if you're involved in crypto at all, Brett was pretty much the mascot or the biggest kind of coin on the base blockchain. Now, the thesis here is that Abster has the same kind of appeal, right? It's a green pudgy penguin. We know the co-founder of the Abstract chain is Luca Netz, who is the owner of Pudgy Penguins as well. And it's called Abster. It's a genuine name, right? It's a green penguin. Symbolizes the blockchain world. The Abstract logo is a green logo. And it's a fair bit of a market cap at the moment. I mean, a lot of smart money is getting in my opinion. I just think these people are above the curve and they know what they're doing. This chain did launch during the times where the market's kind of been getting belted, so there hasn't been that much attention on it. However, the people in the know, I think, are piling in their money here, and as you can see, it's a very bullish graph despite the whole market sentiment and everything like that. So guys, I think there's something really cooking here, and we've been talking about it heaps in our Telegram. And a lot of people have been picking up on low market cap Abstract coins to get into. So a lot of people have made great short-term trades on them. And if you're interested in short-term trading, our Telegram is a great place to be. A lot of people picking up great coins. We had a 70x the other day called by one of our great members in the chat. So if that's one of your type of things, just join that in the description down below for free. But yeah, regardless, guys, I think this is a great opportunity to still get into. If you want to learn how to get into this Abstract chain and buy an Abster token, just look it up on YouTube. There's some guides there. I was going to make one myself, but there's already a fair bit of guides there that you can follow nice and easily. So just look that up, guys. And that pretty much concludes my video for today. If there's anything else you want me to talk about, please do leave a comment down below. I'll check out the comments and see if I can talk about it in detail. And if not, guys, I'll see you guys in the next video regardless, when I have something to bring up to your attention and talk about in the markets. A new gem next video, right? I'll try and find you guys a gem that I think is going to perform really well and we can talk about it. So I'll see you guys in the next video, and peace.